Namaste and a very good evening to all of you. I welcome you to my channel, The Outlier. My name is Mithun. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to create a tree map using Power BI. Even before I proceed to demonstrate how to create a tree map using Power BI, may I request you to subscribe to my channel, also like and share my videos. Firstly, what exactly do we mean by a tree map? In simple layman language, tree maps are a data visualizing technique for visualizing large hierarchical data sets. Let me repeat this. Tree maps are a data visualization technique to visualize large, very complex, and hierarchical data sets. When I say hierarchical, I'm referring to those data sets which have a parent-child relationship. Tree maps capture two types of information in the data. The first thing that they capture is the value of the individual data points. And the second thing that they try to capture is the structure of the hierarchy. This would become a lot clearer the moment I move on to Power BI and show you how a tree map works. Let's begin by talking about the data set. You're probably familiar with this data set as I have used this data set earlier as well. I've got customer transaction data. You've got variables like order ID, order date, date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, so on and so forth. Let me scroll to the extreme right, where you have a lot of useful variables like sales, quantity, discount, and profit. I'm going to show the distribution of profit broken down by subcategory and by region using a tree map. So profit is going to be a very useful variable for this analysis. Similarly, the variable subcategory as well as region will be used in this analysis. Let me show you the interface of Power BI. This is how the interface of Power BI looks like. Let me first go ahead and expand the visualization pane. You can see here a whole bunch of graphs that you could utilize to summarize the data. I'm going to use the tree map. All that I need to do is click on the tree map. You can see here the representation of tree map gets highlighted here in Power BI. I'm going to expand the tree map. Now, I have to supply the variables and populate the visual with the variables. Let me show you the variables in the data set. I've already loaded this in Power BI. You can see here there are a whole lot of variables. You're familiar with these variables. The first variable that I need to supply under the category is any categorical variable. The variable that I will be using here is subcategory. Let me drag this and drop it under the category option. The second thing that I need to provide here would be values. Now, when it comes to values, it can be a scale variable. Now, you can choose any of the scale variables like sales, profit, discount, or any other variable. I'm going to choose the variable profit for this analysis. So I'm going to drag and drop the variable profit under the values option. You can see here, this is a basic tree map which is ready. Let me go ahead and remove the visualization pane as well as the fields option and take this in the focus mode. What you're seeing here is a giant rectangle. Within this rectangle, you're able to see copiers, phones, accessories, and papers. This entire tree map can be broken down into two portions. To the left side, you see copiers having a large area of rectangle. Then you have phones, which has the next large area. The third position is occupied by accessories and paper. What does this mean? This simply means that the value of profit is the highest for copiers. Copiers has recorded the highest value of profit. Why do I say this? Larger the size of the rectangle, larger the value of profit. I repeat, larger the size of the rectangle, larger the share of profit. So copiers is the one which is making the highest profit for us, followed by phones. If you look at the size of accessories, which is shown in blue color, accessories has the third position, followed by papers. For more clarity, let's look at the exact numbers. When it comes to copiers, the total sales, the total value of profit is 55,617. Now let me make a move on to phones. It has registered a profit of 44,000. When you look at accessories, it is 41,936, and for paper, it is 34,000. The same way, you can see here, binders, chairs, storage. This occupies relatively a lesser size as compared to copiers, accessories, paper, or phones. And binders is in the fifth position as far as the distribution of profit is concerned. When it comes to envelope or labels or machines, these subcategory of products have very less value for profit. You can see here roughly 50%. In fact, I can say more than 50% of the profit is accounted for by the four subcategory of products, namely copiers, phones, accessories, and papers. Now, it would be very, very interesting to see what would be the distribution of profit by subcategory and region. So I'm going to expand the visualization button. Here, under the details option, I can specify region. Let me specify field, and I'm going to expand this particular data set. I'm just looking for the variable region. This is the variable region, which I can drag and drop under the details option. Now, what you're seeing is even more interesting for the simple reason that you have the old subcategory of products, but now this subcategory of products is further broken down based on the region. You can see here, let's just focus on the subcategory of copiers. This is the size that is occupied by copiers. In the earlier analysis, we saw that copiers occupied for the highest value of sales. Now, if you want to answer a simple question, in which region is the profit highest for copiers? I can look at four regions here, either the western region or the eastern region or the central region or southern region. Clearly, the size of the southern region is the smallest, implying that the profit for copiers is the least in southern region. Compare the size of southern region with that of the western region. Western region has clearly a larger area, implying that western region has the highest value of profit for copiers. The second highest value of profit for copiers is seen in the eastern region. The third highest value of profit is seen in the central region, and last region that you see is the southern region as far as profit is concerned. So this is how you can easily visualize what is happening for each subcategory broken down by region. Now let's look at phones. While western region accounted for the highest value of profit for copiers, what we see here is that the central region is accounting for the highest value of profit for phones. This is followed by the eastern region. You can also look at the cursor here. The central region has the total profit of 12,323. But when it comes to the eastern region, it is 12,314. 12,314. It is slightly behind the central region. The third position goes to southern region, which accounts for 10,767, and the last position goes to the western region. Now, the same argument can be made for accessories, paper, and for all the subcategory of products. So this is the benefit of using a tree map. It's a data visualization technique which helps us summarize very complex information using graphs. Now, let me go to visualization. You see different options here, but I want to choose the option format your visual. You can see the option of data labels. Right now it's in the off mode. If you want to look at the precise values, what you can do is you can go ahead and turn this option on. It's a lot easier to comprehend what is going on with each of these rectangles. You can clearly see here, Western region has recorded profit of approximately 19,000. If you compare this with the Eastern region, it is 17,000. No wonder it is below the Western region as far as the position is concerned. The third place goes to the Central region, which has seen a profit of 15,000, and the last position goes to the Southern region. So this is how a tree map can be used to summarize very complex information. I hope you have understood the application of tree map. With this, I have come to the end of today's video. I thank you very much for watching this video. I request you to subscribe to my channel, also like and share my videos. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead.